Doug MPA back with another video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on the way in. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and the content on this channel. So, guys, if you've been watching the news over the last year, year and a half, you see all these stories about how more single women own homes than single men. And I'm just going to get to it right now. The reason why more single women own homes than single men, because guys buy a home to put a family in it. Women buy a home as a status symbol and a reason to disqualify a man. And also, it's funny, you can see videos like these, like the one I'm going to show, but then you see videos about the housing market and the risk and everything. And guys, we're cost benefit calculators and risk assessors. And we just know that it's not a good time to buy a house right now if you're not going to live in it and have a family in it. So let's just get into this video here. And they talk about the reason why women are out earning men in home ownership. Let's go.
It was a really proud moment to do it on my own.
Victoria Kent bought her first home in Chicago in the summer of 2019. She's one of 10.7 million women in the country with home ownership in their own name.
And it seemed like the right time to do it, even though it was very scary to do it on my own.
Kent.
So there's also a survey, I might go over it in another video, where 64% of homeowners that have bought property during the pandemic regret their purchase, because fluctuation of home value, a lot of times they rushed and bought a house and they didn't get it properly inspected, all that type of stuff. And once again, men, we're risk assessors and cost benefit calculators. Women are not. So women keep buying homes to be strong and independent no matter what the market looks like. But let's keep going.
Lives with her boyfriend and their dog. She said the decision to buy a home for herself was driven by a desire for more space and autonomy.
So she's with a boyfriend, but she wants more autonomy. Guys, you can't make this stuff up, guys.
I think it was also wanting to do something more important with my money.
Today, single women own more homes than single men. Analysis from online lending marketplace LendingTree found single women own about 13% of owner-occupied homes, compared to 10% among single men.
Now, the stats tell us that if there are about 20 houses on this block, one of them would be owned by a single man, whereas 2 to 3 by single women, like Victoria Kent.
It happened scarily fast. I had good credit. I had enough for a 20% down payment, and then just signed the paperwork, and that was almost it.
And her boyfriend's a simp for moving in with her in her house. Guys, never move into a woman's house, ever. I've talked about it in previous videos, so I'm not going to go into it this time, but don't move into a woman's house. It's nothing but trouble.
According to LendingTree senior economist Jacob Channel, the trend is seen in 48 states, with Louisiana having the highest share of homes owned by single women. Channel says North and South Dakota are the only 2 states where single men outnumber single women in homes.
And let me tell you a thing about these southern states here, okay? Louisiana is, I think it's the second poorest state in the union behind Mississippi. And I spent some time in Alabama during the pandemic, in Montgomery to be exact. And I can tell you, there are a lot of female-dominated industry jobs that hold stronger in states like Alabama and states like Louisiana, like nurses and teachers, where there's a lot of blue-collar guys there. So I had met some nurses when I was in Alabama, and they all had houses because nurses make really good money and their jobs are assured in Alabama and Louisiana. But a lot of guys in these poorer states, they're blue collar and make less income. And once again, like I said in previous videos, a lot of female dominated industries start out the gate at a higher salary. So teachers, nurses, a lot of admin jobs start off, whereas guys, you start at the bottom level and have to work your way up. So that's probably why the home ownership is so high of single women in Louisiana. Let me know what you guys think.
Home ownership, which he believes may be due to male-dominated agriculture and oil industry jobs in those states.
The states that have higher home ownership rates for women tend to have women who live longer, maybe more job opportunities or more equal job opportunities.
Channel says there are several reasons why more women are holding property in their own names. It may be the result of a divorce
We know number one is true, don't we, guys? We know that's true for sure.
or a death, but more commonly, he says, young women are excelling at their careers and prioritizing personal goals.
Young women, especially,
So, what does prioritizing personal goal means? It means I'm strong, I'm independent, I'm gonna spend all my money on me. Whereas guys, society was built on men sacrificing ourselves for our families and society. Women will not do that. They just won't. And that's what's gonna cause the biggest problems in the future.
are more likely now to graduate from college. They're more likely to be enrolled in college. In some areas, they're earning comparably with men.
Government numbers show women earn an estimated 82 cents for every dollar earned by men, though the gap has narrowed over recent decades as efforts to mend the disparity continue.
So this is another crazy clown world part of it. Women make less money but buy more homes. Put in the comments your idea as to why you think that is, because that's a whole other video in and of itself. But women make less money but buy more homes. Imagine that.
Plus, women's earnings have steadily increased in the past decade.
Women are making huge strides toward narrowing things like the wage gap in America. And a big part of that, a big result of that, is now that they're more likely to be homeowners.
And just like Kent, they're investing more in their financial security.
You kind of grow up thinking you get married, you and a partner do it together, but then I kind of realized I don't need a partner to do it. I could just do it on my own.
There you go, guys. I guarantee you her parents were married for 30, 40 years, wanted her to get married, have kids and stuff, but she's saying, screw all that. I'm going to do it by myself. I don't understand how we have a whole generation of women, multiple generations of younger women who had moms that were wives, and their wives raised their daughters to be single and buy houses all by themselves. It's crazy.
Kent said she enjoyed the freedom and flexibility of having her own home. She renovated her house and tried to monetize her home business.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's here to say no. My backyard, I've hosted like client events back there. I bought a vintage camper that I rent out as a remote workspace.
And Channel agrees, investing in a home is a great way to build personal wealth.
Especially as you age and maybe eventually you sell that house for a profit.
Despite changes in the housing market, recent findings show the average U.S. homeowner gained over $14,000 in equity in the past year. As for Kent, the decision to buy a home in her own name is already paying off in more ways than one.
Okay, guys, that's the end of that. And she bought a home in Chicago too. If you've ever been to Chicago, you know that's not a good decision. Anyway, guys, put in the comments what you think about this. Are you a man that bought a home? Was it a good decision? Do you have women in your family that bought a home and it was a mistake? Let me know what you think about this. Like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.